Hello everybody and welcome to another tutorials video. This one's going to be the start of a new semi-series, I guess. It's still part of the Attack on Titan tribute game tutorials, but it is an extras series. So this series is going to be composed of little tricks and tips that don't really matter in order to make you guys good players, but it does matter if you guys want to be, like perfect at the game in the long run. These are like little bits of information that make you slightly better players and a bit more, well-informed players as well. But they don't mean all that much to your overall skill, not if you've already seen the entire tutorials series. So today we're going to be looking at wall climbing, and this actually used to have its own video in the tutorials series, but I decided, since a lot of the information in that video was completely outdated to the point that it really didn't mean all that much anymore, I decided that I might as well just delete the video entirely. But then I realized, well, hang on, this could be very prime material for the extras series, and in the end it turned out to be the first video, the trial run if you will, for this series. So we're going to learn how to climb this big wall, 50 meters in height. In the manga and anime at least. I'm not really sure how big Feng made it in scale to, the buildings and the characters and all that, but let's just assume for now that it is also 50 meters, and so we're going to learn how to climb it. So in previous versions of this game, and more importantly in the versions that I'd used for tutorials videos before, there actually used to be a view cap on the TPS camera that didn't allow you to look any farther up than about this height. So if you tried pushing your mouse up any farther than this, it just gets stuck. And the same with down, you'd basically be stuck at this height right here, so you just stop right there. Regardless of how far down you pulled your mouse. But now, that is no longer the case. You can look straight up at your character, you can look straight down at your character. There's a lot of freedom. So before, whereas we had to hook far away from the wall in order to actually get as high as possible, now we can go straight next to the wall, look straight up, and hook onto it. And so yeah, we can use that to our advantage, as you just saw there, in order to go really high up the wall without doing a lot of work. And so basically what we really need to do is to get as close to the wall and then just hook as high as possible, and eventually you'll make it to the top really quick. I personally recommend not using a gas when you hook as high up as you can. So here, if we just hook like this and we don't use gas, we get pulled up much faster. And of course, once you pass the hook location, if you let go of it, you just get slingshotted pretty much really high up. And you can fall down to the top of the wall at your own leisure. Now, if you don't have the time or the tendency to go really close to a wall, the other good tactic is to just fly really high into the air, and then you just hold shift down and then use your gas to actually float towards the top of the wall. So here you'll find I'm just swinging in a circle. If I build up enough speed and I let go so that I aim to go as high as possible rather than as close to the wall as possible, you'll find that I do manage to get pretty safely onto the wall. So this is honestly the best way, if you're far away from the wall, to get on top of it. And the reason you want to go as high as possible rather than as close to the wall as possible is because if you aim to go close to the wall, basically what happens is the tendency is you actually end up crashing into the wall. So if I go like this, whoops, I'm way below now, and I still have to adjust my hooks. I totally messed that up there, but you guys understand basically what I'm trying to get at. But if I aim to go really high, I can then just use gas to float to any side of the wall, really. I have a lot more freedom that way, I have a lot more time to actually get to those places. And so yeah, just because of that, it's a lot more open. And that's pretty much the entire video in a nutshell. Something quick that I want to talk about is, for the Colossal Titan map, there will be aberrants constantly coming in this area. But the Colossal Titan will be all the way on the other side of the map. So in order to go between one side of the map to the other, I personally recommend a really simple method that involves that little bridge right there that I've got my cursor on. And you can do this pretty much from either the bottom of the gate here or at the top. It doesn't really matter, but what you really need is a lot of speed. So you can build up speed either by falling or by just using 3mg from the ground. You want to hook onto this bridge, and ideally you just want to let go as soon as possible. But what you want to do is, again, just go really high into the air, and you should be safely reaching the other side very, very quickly. The Colossal Titan would then be, you know, standing right there pretty much, and you can just fall onto him. If you were Mikasa, then you could even attempt in doing an interrupted chop onto his nape, but I've never done that, so I can't really say if that's all that effective, to be honest. So yeah, that's just a little tip for the Colossal Titan boss fight. And you know, this entire series is going to be pretty much just hints and stuff, so expect to hear a lot of like unnecessary, you know, extra tips and stuff. It's just going to be a part of the series from here on in, so I hope you guys are okay with that. And so with all that being said, that's pretty much this entire video. Climbing walls is, you know, now really, really easy now that the view cap has been removed. It's just a matter of timing your gas usage and timing your hook usage as well, because if you don't let go of your hooks in time, then you actually get pulled back down. So the whole point of aiming really, really high gets nullified. So here I go and I'm speeding up and I'm speeding up and I don't let go and I get slowed down, and suddenly I'm bungee roping around this random location in the middle of the wall. Whereas if I hook onto this place and then I let go, yeah, there you go. See, I just managed to make it on top with a little bit of help from my gas. And so yeah, that's the crux of climbing this big ass wall basically. There's not much to it. And so yeah, that has been the first video to the Extras series. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like, share with your friends and anyone else who you think will have something important to learn from it. Comment, ask questions if you've got your own little topic that you think would make an excellent little tip or trick, and you want it to be included in the Tutorials Extra series, then I certainly recommend leaving that in the comment section below so that I can cover it. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more Attack on Titan tribute game tutorials and just other content based on the Attack on Titan tribute game. And I will catch you guys next time. Take care, guys.